Greetings, family. As promised in my last video, I will continue this one with the work of Professor Arnold Ehret. Professor Ehret is known as the father of the mucus-less diet healing system. And today, I want us to look at what this system is all about and whether or not it is right for us. Professor Ehret, Dr. Charles Simmons, Hippocrates the Great, Galen, Avicenna, Dr. Sebi, and many other natural doctors, scientists, philosophers, and herbalists have all agreed on these 3 points. Number one, that disease begins in the gut or the colon. Number two, disease is mucus buildup, obstruction, or inflammation in the cells of the body. And number three, that it is caused by the consumption of inorganic and natural mucus-filled foods deprived of their life-giving force or properties. According to Professor Ehret, the mucus-less diet healing system is a combination of individually advised long or short fasts with progressively changing menus of non-mucus forming foods. This alone can cure every cause of disease, he said. This diet consists of all kinds of raw and cooked fruits and starchless vegetables. And cooked are mostly raw green leaf vegetables. There are 3 components of foods that every person is well advised as far as is possible to stay away from. Number 1, starch. That is white flour and its byproduct, white rice and whatever is made from it, and whatever else that is starch based. These converts to carbonic acid in the body and lays the foundation for inflammation and disease. Number 2, meats, especially where the blood is not thoroughly removed. The Bible states that the life of the flesh is in the blood. Leviticus 17:11-14. And although this passage refers to Israel, I am submitting to us that we are all the Israel of God. Galatians 6:16, Galatians 3:28 and 29, and other Bible passages can back this up. And we are all subjected to the same laws of nature as the Israel of old, with the same vengeance for her violations. Meat converts to uric acid, become fermented, and rots in the stomach. Herein lies many of our cardiovascular diseases, cancers, and other wasting diseases. Number 3, dairy products. All forms of dairy products. These converts to lactic acid in the body and is one of the greatest contributors to mucus buildup. Professor Ehret went on to explain that every sick person has a more or less mucus clog system. Such mucus being derived from undigested, uneliminated, and unnatural food substances accumulated from childhood. The sins against nature are inexcusable, and the inevitable law of compensation must be met by everyone. Nature will not accept any pleading of ignorance for the violation of her laws. A discontinuance of the wrong habits is the only method of atonement nature will accept. In further cementing his confidence in the mucus-less diet healing system, Professor Eric declared, "My over 40 years experience, observation, and research have proven conclusively that fruits and vegetables have all the tissue sauce needed, and that they present well-known ingredients which make them superior to all other foods. When the debris from the mucus-filled foods is eliminated, then the full benefits of the mucus-less diet can be fully enjoyed." Nature alone is the primary healer. The body is designed to heal and repair itself. None of the natural animals in the wild have vets. When they and their young ones are sick, they know exactly what to do. They fast. They refuse to eat their regular food and switch to healing herbs. Are these animals smarter than us? A fruit diet for a few days has often brought great relief to brain workers. Many times a short period of entire abstinence from food followed by simple, moderate eating has led to recovery through nature's own recuperative efforts. And this is a quote from the book Ministry of Healing by E.G. White. The animal instinct of responding to every disease or even accidents by fasting is nature's best demonstration that health and disease depends mainly or entirely from eating or not eating, as well as the kind of foods we eat. It is interesting and very important to know that the average man and even the reformed doctors names everything on earth for their sickness or their disease except the mucus-filled food they are eating. This is due to the tragic fact that disease is still a mystery in their minds. Since it is a fact that bad or wrong foods and bad or wrong eating habits is chiefly the cause of all diseases, as nature so clearly demonstrates, then it is logical and self-evident that you can only be healed by eating the right diet, and radically only if necessary with the most rational diet, fasting, nature's only remedy in the animal kingdom. In case you are still unaware of which foods are mucus forming and which foods are mucusless, they are as follows. Number 1, all organic fruits that is a product of nature. Also nuts and green leaf vegetables, they are mucus free. Number 2, all other foods of civilization that is man-made, without exception, are mucus-filled and acid-forming, and therefore are harmful. Some physicians and dietitians claim that wrong cooking habits destroy food values. But it should be properly said that wrong cooking habits destroys the healing value and qualities of food. and can even cause them to become acid forming. Raw fruits and, if desired, raw green leaf vegetables form the ideal diet of man. That is the mucus-less diet. Genesis 1:29, Ezekiel 47:12, Revelation 22:2. Let me read that one more time, because he actually nailed it here as to what he's talking about as the mucus-less diet healing system. So let me read this part again. Raw fruits and, if desired, raw green leaf vegetables form the ideal diet of man. That is the mucus-less diet. And he actually quotes 3 passages, 3 books of the Bible to back up his claim. But the mucus-less diet as a healing system uses raw, rough vegetables for mucus cleaning qualities, and baked and stewed fruits as a less aggressive discoverer of poison, and mucus to moderate the elimination in severe cases. This is one of the most important principles of the system, a point the raw food enthusiast ignores. The average natural health seeker thinks that there is some special food or mixture of foods to be eaten for his particular ailments, and he tries everything. This was but always in vain, as long as he doesn't know or understand that there is only one disease: obstruction or mucus, and that these obstructions must and can be systematically eliminated only by the very opposite of the disease producing, that is, mucus forming foods. That is by the mucus-less diet healing system. If the obstruction is in the prostate, it is called prostatitis. If the obstruction is in the joints, the disease is called arthritis. If the obstruction is in the nasal passage, it is called sinusitis. If the obstruction is in the brain, it is called Parkinson's disease, dementia, Alzheimer's, paranoia, etc. And what about AIDS? Where is the obstruction? It's in the skin, in the blood, and the lymphatic system, which makes up the immunological system. And this is from Dr. Sebi the Great. This system consists of fruits, herbs, green leaf vegetables considered unfashionable since the time of Moses and Daniel, those great mucus-less dieters and fasters. The more we learn about natural laws, the health laws given to us by the great I Am, the less we need to fear the destructive onslaught of diseases. Only through a mucus-less diet can we expect to eliminate the accumulation of waste and obstruction deposited in the body tissues during a lifetime of wrong eating. Give the body a clean bloodstream, and it will function harmoniously as nature intended it to be. Reviewing the past 25 or more years, this fact remains. With the progress of chemistry, medical experts arrive at the following conclusions. We now know exactly all of the elements or minerals contained in the human body. The body is made up of minerals, just as in the earth. And therefore, know what we must eat for the upbuilding for the replacement of used up cells and for producing vitality, efficiency, strength, and heat. Nature tends to confuse us so long as we fail to recognize her fact and her truth. But nature herself is not confused or fooled. To the average layman, raw food reacts more or less mysteriously as long as it is mixed with our own mucus-rich toxin or poison in our body. As long as it stirs up mucus and toxemas in the unclean diseased body and eliminates these poisons. All laymen and experts covering the entire dietetical movement up to the present time are puzzled, confused, ignorant, and still in complete darkness of the fact that in general the average man becomes worse, sometimes develop boils and all kinds of sores and bad feelings, troubles up to indigestion just as soon as he starts what he believes is a correct and best diet, living on a radical fruit mucus-less raw food diet. The panicking sick wails, "Tell me what to eat. I want a daily menu for my special disease, like a drug prescription." And then he considered that all as sufficient. When the elimination sets in, he said, "These foods, the wholesome food, don't agree with me." Instead of recognizing that the transition diet has already started in a moderate way to dissolve and eliminate the old waste in the body, with some disturbance, of course. The sick must be made to realize the necessity of putting up with the temporary inconvenience and consider themselves fortunate indeed to be able to continue with their daily work instead of undergoing an operation which could mean weeks or months in a hospital. The wholesome mucus-less diet agree with them, but they do not agree with the wholesome mucus-less diet. You may now consider why the mucus-less diet is a system in which every change in diet has certain duties to perform. As a diet of healing to be applied systematically according to the condition of the sick. You may now understand why and in what manner differ from all others. The mucus-less diet healing system is not a collection of different menus for every disease. It is not made up of combinations of variable and nourishing foods. It is not like a medical prescription or a compilation of standard diet suitable for all diseases, but is a system of dietetical elimination of disease matter, waste, mucus, and poison. A system of slow changing and improving the diet as a diet of healing, rejuvenating, strengthening, using only the original and natural food of man, fruits, vegetables, and nuts. It is therefore a personally supervised and in every case different, modified, scientific, systematical, and progressive method of eating your way to health, combined with the necessary short or long fast. So there you have it, family. Sounds very interesting to me. What do you think? Is this diet, the mucus-less diet, for you? Let me know. Remember to like, to share, to subscribe. I have many more such important disclosures to make. See you in my next video. Blessings again.